What's poppin', everybody? It's a Sable94 here with a new deck profile for the standard format. This is more of a familiar face rather than a new deck, or new Pokemon from Perfect Order. I will show some more decks with featuring Pokemon from Perfect Order, but I wanted to update Torterra here, Torterra EX from Temporal Forces or one of those sets, because I really wanted to pair him up with this Lilligant card. So there's another card that is not technically, well, not technically, straight up isn't from Perfect Order. It's not a new card. I don't remember which set it came from, but I wanted to make use of it. This Lilligant Stage 1 with Sunny Day. All of your grass Pokemon and fire Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And this does stack, so you get a bunch of these out. You can power up your grass and fire Pokemon quite a bit. And you know, even though we lost a lot of cards, we also gained a bunch of stuff that help out this Torterra, like the Forest Stadium. So you can just instantly evolve into this guy, you know, through Stage 1. And same for Lilligant, and can take advantage of Scoop Up Cyclone better. And you pretty much have a deck. Since you need Grass Pokemon to boost this guy's damage anyway, it makes for a decent Stage 2, I want to say. Grass, as usual, is good typing. It can hit a bunch of stuff for weakness, and we don't gotta worry too much about fire decks, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I decided to toy around with this deck for a while, and then I'll do perhaps the side eye, do that as well with Vivillon. But anyway, so the line is gonna be pretty straightforward. We got 4 of this Torterra EX. You got this cool full art. Really dig it. It's a good Stage 2 EX Pokemon with 340 HP, and then Forest March. It will max out at 180 if you have a full bench, and this guy active, 6 times 3, that's 180. And then with Lilligant, we can buff the damage even further, so that's pretty good. Jungle Hammer, 150. Not going to be that good to get 2 hit KOs, the biggest of Pokemon, but the healing can help, so maybe this attack can come up too. We lost the Grottle from Brilliant Stars. That was going to give me free searches. But we got this guy. He's not that good. Bad attacks, bad HP. It looked good on paper, but not really. 120. We'll take it though. And then this Turtwig, that's solid, I guess. 80 HP, and then it can block 20 more. So make it slightly not as fragile as, you know, the 60 and 70 HP Pokemon, but still pretty fragile. Big retreat too, so they made sure to just do something to mess it up. But anyway, this guy, and then the Lilligant line, max out the Lilligants. It's a Sunny Day, that's it. HP is bad, spinning attack is very bad. 60 for 3, man, 60 for 3. That's the freaking damage you can find on straight up Diamond and Pearl Pokemon from 2008. Jesus. Like, I can seriously go to Mysterious Treasures right now and show you Pokemon. Like, even on top of my head, I don't even need to think about them. I remember there's a Sandslash that can do 60 for 3. There's like a Dugong that can do 60 for 3. All types of random Pokemon that could do 60 for 3. 20 years ago at this point. Terrible. But anyway, at least the art looks cute, even though it doesn't matter for the game. And then we got this Petilil, yeah, that's how you say it. Very cute Pokemon. You know, a lot of people like to bash these simple designs, but I've always said sometimes the simple designs are best. This is a cute little flower Pokemon. I like the full art artwork here. Just very pretty, beautiful Pokemon. Unfortunately, the 60 HP is terrible, but we can use the Pofin to search it, and that's about it. Everything else about it is bad. I also got the Shaman here. Might as well, since we need a few extra basic Pokemon instead of putting random stuff in. Put in this guy. It protects me from bench sniping, and you know, we do have a few fragile Pokemon. You know, Lilligant, our unevolved Pokemon, so Shaman can help. It's absolute bullshit, the fact that wait a minute. No, it actually, I don't know, is it just me, or do I remember this guy, if he's active, the effect doesn't work? Maybe it's just I'm confusing it with something else. But anyway, it doesn't say that it doesn't work. So even if it's in the active position, this should block. But anyway, I'm running 2 of this guy, just an additional grass Pokemon for some bench protection, and that's about it. We got only 9 energies because this guy doesn't really need much, just 1 and it can work. But I got this growing energy, which is a new special grass energy. I guess this is from the new set, I think. Yeah. 20 HP buff on our grass Pokemon. So this is definitely gonna be appreciated by Torterra with his already high HP. So yeah, that's a pretty big help. And then 5 basic grass energies. And then for the trainer cards, we do the standard stuff. Forest of Vitality to evolve my grass Pokemon pretty quickly. And then I got a bunch of ways to just search everybody. You know, the Pokepads, get basic Pokemon, get evolutions, double buck catching net. So I'm not the biggest fan of this card because it relies on chance, but in this deck, I mean, if you combine all the grass energies and the Pokemon, that's like what, 31 targets. You reveal 7, and that's kind of like Trainer's Mail, which was one of my favorite consistency cards from back then. So I think the odds are pretty good. Again, I'm not gonna over rely on it, just 2 copies, and that's about it. Hopefully we get what we need. Now, even though I do have this card, or do have the Forest of Vitality and a bunch of evolution Pokemon, I'm still doing double candy just for that quick evolution. Maybe just, it's just for consistency at the end of the day. Maybe I can just see this and evolve into Torterra quickly or instantly. And the thing is if you don't have this, it doesn't matter how many of the evolution pieces you got, you can evolve quickly. So again, it's just ways to boost consistency. This along with the rare candy. Anyway, I also got the 1 Pofin. This is mainly and really only to get the Patillils. That's about it. And that's it, I mean, for the item searchers. Oh, my mouse is messing me up. Anyway, because we got Dawn, this pretty secret full art rare, whatever rarity it's supposed to be. So this card a lot of the times just really messes with me because, you know, you got all the other pieces and you don't really need extra stuff, so you're just gonna use this to get 1 Pokemon, and it sucks. Especially if your bench is full. But at the end of the day, it does give you 3 Pokemon, and it can just straight up get a Torterra line. So I got this. I'm relying on this as opposed to other basic and Pokemon searchers. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I got it. We got a lack of cards right now anyway, so sort of need to get creative, quote unquote. Not really. And let's see, I didn't miss anything, did I? These are the like Pokemon Fetcher cards. I got a few other items that are standard, I think. The Poke Gear just helped me get supporter cards, boost consistency, why not? The one-off switch, my golden one-off switch that I like to have around. Never know, it could be handy. Maybe not really needed in this deck, but I guess you never know. And then the A-Spec of choice is going to be the Scoop Up Cyclone. Works really well with a high HP Pokemon that only needs 1 energy to attack, like Torterra here. And especially well when I got this as well. Get everything back and you can just evolve again. Okay. For the rest of the stuff, it's the supporter cards. I mean, you got to max out the Lily. No questions asked. And then I do double of the petrol. This can get me anything that I'm missing. Maybe we just have everything else and we're missing the stadium. We can just get that. Or maybe I can get A-Spec. I can get, I don't know, Pokemon like basic searchers. It can turn into a basic Pokemon supporter. You get the Pofin or whatever. But just 2 copies. At least this is something that at the right time it can be great. Even though it only gives you 1 card. And then I do double of the Cheren. Straight draw. This deck, because I run a lot of, you know, evolution Pokemon, a lot of stuff that can be stuck in hand. Cards that like Iris to just discard and draw, a lot of the times they're going to fail. You're going to have big hands. They're not going to work out. This is just straight draw 3. I know that it's random. It's just draw 3. Sometimes you use this and then you don't really get what you need. But I'm sort of gambling it a little bit. I mean, if you, in the beginning, you do what you're supposed to do and you use Dawn, get a few searches that way, play a few of the other searcher cards, and then, you know, the deck thins a little bit, you got a bunch of cards in hand, and then use Charon, hopefully you'll see what you need. Something of the stuff you need to just help you with your setup. Okay? Double Charon, and yeah, I'll admit it's not... I like using the full arts, but it's not just I'm doing this for an excuse. I think it does work compared to other supporters. But anyway, I mean, if you want to do like the Morty or other supporters like that, I guess they could be fine. But Charon is just always the reliable. Draw 3, no cost, no nothing. Alright, and I think that's everything. I mean, this is a pretty simple deck at the end of the day. It can be pretty prone to disruption, but I mean, when it works, it's going to be pretty solid. Very easy to use. The boss's orders, actually, I forgot. You know, the one-off boss's orders I usually have. Pull, the right time, and win. That's about it. And yes, this is the deck, guys. Just a Torterra update for the standard format. I do want to update, or I did already update, but showcase Metagross and maybe a few other decks, but gotta focus on the new decks as well from Perfect Order. Man, I just gotta get over all of these Pokemon videos so I can get back to Dragon Ball, because I don't like abandoning the shit, but I just... I can't post like 50 videos a day anyway. So... something gets sacrificed. Regardless, this is Torterra. I'll see you guys on the matches. As always, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.